You could have the clearest accident in the world, rear-ended, no question who's at fault, and still watch the insurance company twist your claim into knots. One of their favorite tricks? Gaps in treatment. And believe me, they love it because nothing makes them happier than to be able to say, if you were really hurt, you wouldn't have waited that long to see a doctor. Hi, I'm attorney Jim Curtis. I'm a personal injury lawyer based in Apollo Beach, Florida, and I help accident victims throughout the Tampa Bay region and across the state of Florida. Today, I'm going to walk you through what insurance companies mean by gaps in treatment, the two main types they look for, why it matters under Florida law, and what you can do to protect your claim from being torn apart by this defense. So let's get started. First and foremost, what is a gap in treatment? A gap simply means a period of time where you're not getting any medical care after an accident. Insurance companies see that gap and they immediately assume or argue that your injuries weren't serious or that something else must have caused your pain later. There are two main types of gaps that adjusters look for, and both can cause real problems if you don't understand how they're used. The first type of gap happens between the day of your accident and your first day of medical treatment. Any delay between these dates could be a killer. Maybe you didn't feel pain right away. Maybe you thought it would just go away on its own. That's human nature. But in a personal injury claim, it's also dangerous. This is true for several reasons. First, from a legal standpoint, under Florida's PIP or Personal Injury Protection Law, you actually have to seek medical treatment within 14 days of your accident, or you risk losing your PIP benefits entirely. That means if you wait more than 14 days, you could lose access to up to $10,000 in coverage that helps to pay your medical bills and lost wages. But even though you can legally wait that long to seek treatment and still get your benefits, I wouldn't wait, because if you do, the insurance company will jump on that delay to argue that your injuries couldn't have been caused by the crash. So here's the takeaway. Get checked out immediately, even if you think you're fine. A simple exam or diagnostic test can preserve your rights, document your pain, and keep that door open for recovery. The second type of gap is one that happens after you've already started treatment. Let's say you're seeing your chiropractor or orthopedic specialist regularly, and then, for whatever reason, you stop going for, let's say, 60 days. No follow-ups, no therapy, no explanation. When that happens, insurance companies will argue that your injury must have healed, or that something else caused your pain to come back later. Now, sometimes there are legitimate reasons. Maybe a recent injection suppressed your pain, or maybe you had a family emergency or were dealing with another serious illness. If that's the case, make sure your medical provider documents it clearly. Those notes can protect you when the insurer starts questioning your credibility. But if there's no explanation at all, it's like giving the defense free ammunition to use against your case. Here's the bottom line. Gaps in treatment don't automatically destroy your claim, but they can make it a lot harder to prove. So to protect yourself, get checked out right away after any accident. Stay consistent with your medical treatment, and if life gets in the way, make sure your doctor knows why so it's properly recorded. Insurance companies will always try to twist your story, but with the right documentation, the truth will always prevail. Now that you know how the insurance company will use a gap in treatment against you, be sure to check out this next video to learn how your medical records can make or break your personal injury claim. See you there.